Do you remember what it feels like to be really bored? Like when you were a child and you'd say to your mum, "I'm bored," and she'd say something like, "Bored? I can think of a million chores you can do. Grab a cloth and start dusting." I'd usually say something like, "Maybe I'm not that bored," and I'd go up to my room, lie on my bed and stare up at the ceiling. One time when I was staring up at the ceiling, I thought of an amazing story, and that story turned into a book. Okay, not that book unfortunately, but mine. I typed it up on the computer excitedly. It had 10 chapters, amazing characters, plot twists, adventure, excitement, the works. Okay, when I look back on it now, I see it was a bit of a rip-off of Hocus Pocus. But what I really remember from that time is being so excited about getting my ideas out and sharing them with the world. I started dreaming about being a writer or a creator of some sort, putting together exciting stories and sharing my ideas with everyone. That's the power of boredom. It gives you the time and the space to reflect, hear your inner thoughts, and to dream. During this period of quarantine, there have been people who've ended up with more time on their hands, or people who've ended up with 3 full-time jobs, if you include the day job, parenting, and cooking and cleaning. Either way though, I think we've all just tried to make the most out of our time at home, whether it's finally starting an online business or scheduling a ton of activities for the kids to do. I, for one, wanted to make the most of having my kids at home. I wanted to do arts and crafts, planting, bake cookies, and for myself, I wanted to read lots of books. I did an online photography course. I started a YouTube channel. But now I kind of just miss being bored. I just want to sit around aimlessly and do nothing, think about nothing, not think about what we're going to have for dinner, not think about what I want to learn, what I need to improve at, or what I want to do with the kids today. So I decided to just do it. I'm just going to be bored and not do anything. And I decided to take the kids on that journey with me as well to see what happens. So I stopped thinking about what I want to do. I stopped planning things for them to do, and I just let them get on with it and find things to do. It was a bit weird at first. Although our kids are used to doing their own thing around the house, they're not used to having so much time to do it. And they're usually at nursery where they have structured activities and things to do that everyone's doing. So at first, the first question from them was, "Can I watch TV?" That wasn't really what I wanted out of this. I wanted them to be creative and think of ways of entertaining themselves. And watching TV is just an easy way out, really. So that wasn't an option. Then, after a little while, they actually started to think of ways to entertain themselves. My son, Rahul, he's been having his piano lessons virtually once a week, and he doesn't usually find the time to practice outside of those lessons. I found that during this period of boredom, he would just go and sit at the keyboard and start practicing, and not messing around and banging the keys, just genuinely practicing when no one was watching, just because he decided he wanted to and he chose to do it, and he had the freedom to decide what he wanted to do with his time. My daughter Ray, I found her around the house reading various books, sometimes her own, sometimes ours, and she was just completely engrossed in books. And that made me really happy, just to see what they're drawn to when you leave them to it and don't pull them in for an activity or prompt them to do something. It was really nice to let them just explore what they wanted to explore. I even found them playing fun games together. They managed to think of adventures they could go on around the garden or around the house, and grabbed swords and went to fight pirates, and they thought of it all by themselves, which isn't bad for a 2 and a 4-year-old. So we've been doing this for a few weeks now, and they're still finding, and in fact they're getting better at finding activities to do every day. I think as long as I have limits on screen time, they're getting a bit more imaginative about what they can do and expressing an interest in doing different things, which is nice. And I like that they do what they feel like doing when they want to do it and make conscious choices about what they want to do with their time. As for me, I know I definitely benefit from quiet time and periods of boredom where I'm just not thinking about anything, because that's when I usually get a thought or an idea for my journal or an idea to share on YouTube. So I just needed to find the time to have these periods of boredom. After doing it for a few days, I realized there are tiny moments in the day where I can sort of get that time.
Getting in bed early is one of those times. That's when I'm not doing anything. I'm not looking at my phone or consuming any media. It's just me and my thoughts. It's at this time that I might think of an idea or feel inspired to do something. I find that in the silence, I can really just hear all of my thoughts.
The second time in the day when I can make the most of this opportunity is when baby Ray goes to have her lunchtime nap. Usually, one of us has to lie down with her for about 10 minutes until she falls asleep. That time is actually perfect for me to just lie there, listen to my breathing, have a completely clear mind. And that's when the ideas start to come, and that's when I start to feel a bit more energized and feel like doing the things that I enjoy doing. Otherwise, I tend to get a bit drained and a bit tired, but if I use that time to just re-energize, I feel like myself again and start to get the urge to journal or read or share a video. Another opportunity I found is getting bored together. So one of the games that I came across last week is called Sleeping Mama, and it was just because I was tired, really. I went in the garden and I lay down on the picnic mats, and my daughter, baby Ray, came to join me. And she turned it into a little game where she fills up my hands with lots of grass, maybe some stones and some leaves, and she has hours of fun. And I just enjoyed lying there peacefully in the sun. And now that has actually turned into quite a nice therapeutic 10 minutes of relaxation. And again, I feel re-energized and re-inspired to do something just after that 10 minutes, or sometimes even 5 minutes. So finding ways to just get bored together is also quite energizing and helps find inspiration somehow. I don't know how it works, but it seems to be working for me. So I'm going to keep doing it and see if I can find other ways to bring some more boredom into our lives and think less and plan less and schedule less. So overall, I am a fan of boredom and I want more of it in my life. It wasn't too much of a change for us to do this because we have been living a bit more of a slower paced life and appreciating the benefits of it. But I do think I needed a reminder of the value of boredom, and also to remember that it doesn't lead to laziness. It can actually lead to inspiration, and you just have to have faith that letting yourself get bored will lead to positive things. So that's what this video can do for me. It can remind me of the value of boredom. I hope it does the same for you too. Thanks for watching, everyone, and as always, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe to my channel. Also, leave a comment down below and let me know if you're embracing boredom now or if you're still being super productive. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.